Terraform is our tool for managing infrastructure as code. You could create resources on AWS, Azure, GCP, and over 150 other providers. This isn't just cloud providers. This is also stuff like Fastly, Netlify, Twilio, and other tools as well. In this repository, I've already written some Terraform, and this Terraform sets up a static website on S3. I've also already run it once so that the website is deployed here, as you can see. And what I want to do in this demo is modify it so that there's an error page, so that when I go to a page that doesn't exist, I see a nice error rather than this. So what I'm going to do is use GitHub and GitHub's pull requests to show you how actions interact with the Terraform workflow and help assist you in making these infrastructure changes. To begin, we'll edit the file and just do a simple copy and paste from an index page to set up an error page. We'll start replacing some of the index text with error. We'll complete this object. And then from that, we'll commit that to a new branch and create a pull request all directly from the GitHub UI. After we create the pull request, you'll see pretty shortly that a bunch of checks start kicking off, as you can see here. These checks are all defined in the Actions workflow. If we go to the Actions tab, we can see how that workflow is defined. What we're doing is waiting for pull requests, and after a pull request is created, we're running a few checks here, a formatting check, validation, and a plan. We're going to see exactly how each of these interacts with the pull request in just a second, so we'll go back to the pull request and just watch it right there. And one of the first things you'll see here is that the GitHub's Actions bot has responded to the pull request. So when one of our actions fails, we respond with the error message directly within the pull request, so it's part of the conversation. In this case, we can see that the formatting check failed. And for this type of failure, you could use the toggles next to each of the file that failed, and we'll show you a diff of what we actually expected and what you wrote. So in this case, we could see that for proper formatting, the bracket should have been on another line. And so given this diff, we could then go back to our branch and make that change. So we'll open the file, hit edit, do all this from the UI. We see where we put it on the wrong line, put it on the right line, and commit it back to the same branch. And since this is the same branch as the pull request, this commit will re-trigger all those actions, that workflow. And so we could go back to the pull request and wait and see what happens next. So this time, we'll see that we get past the formatting step, and next what we see is a validation failure. The validate command verifies that your code looks good before touching any real cloud resources. In this error message, we could see that we used a local value called error path, but it doesn't seem to be defined. So again, just like the formatting, let's go back and fix that. So with formatting and validation, these are both really simple, but they're also really common mistakes that are made. And they're also hard to eyeball in a pull request review. So the nice thing about this is you have something automated, you don't need to check out any code, and it's going to show you the error messages right in line with your pull requests. Just really simple to do and eliminates the pull request reviewer from having to do it. So now we're back in the file. We can see we used the error path. And we can see that up at the top with the locals, we haven't actually defined it. So let's go ahead, do another copy and paste, and set up the error path here. With that, everything is still looking good, so we can make the commit. And again, this is on the same branch, so this is going to re-trigger all those same checks. We could go back to that pull request and wait and see what happens with these checks. And so next, what we're going to see is that we don't see any errors, and what we're actually looking at here is the plan. The Terraform plan shows you what Terraform would do if you were to make these changes now. It doesn't actually impact any real running infrastructure, but it goes and looks at what you have and what you want and tells you what it needs to do to get there. In this case, we could see that it would create an AWS S3 object. And the nice thing about having the plan right in line with your pull request is in addition to reviewing that the code looks good, you could review that after you merge this and make these infrastructure changes, that unexpected things aren't happening. You aren't destroying any servers. You aren't making changes to resources that pull request is sort of out of scope. And what a pull request reviewer might see here is that we specified a key, and we forgot during the copy and paste to change that to error. So we would have accidentally changed the index page here. Again, pretty common, likely mistake. And so our team member might respond to the pull request, ask us to fix this up because the code looked good, but clearly the plan was a little bit off. And we could go fix that again in line. So we'll edit the file. We could see where we made the copy and paste mistake, change index to error, and then hopefully for the last time, commit back to our branch, go back to the pull request, and see exactly what's going on. We wait for just a few moments again, and all the checks run again. So we'll get an updated plan, and this time in the plan we can see that the key was updated to error.html, everything looks good, and hopefully a team member at this point approves the pull request and we're good to merge. So let's make that merge, clean up our repository by deleting the branch, and let's actually apply these infrastructure changes. To do this today, you still have to tab back to your terminal. Hashicorp will be providing a service in the future to safely trigger this from GitHub, but for now you still have to pull this from your terminal. So we'll run git pull here to get our changes that we merged in the master. And then after getting these changes, we'll run a Terraform apply. The first thing that Terraform does is shows you the plan one more time. We really want to make sure that you're making the changes to your infrastructure that you think you're actually making. So we show you that plan one more time, ask for verification, everything looks pretty good, and so we say yes. Terraform goes, makes the changes, we can tab back over to our website, refresh the error page, and we can see that we have an error page that looks different now. And if we go back to the index page, we can see that that still works too. And so in this demo, what I showed you is sort of how actions interact with Terraform to both help you with common, simple mistakes so that reviewers don't have to think about it,